Hi guys, am I audible? Hey Ashutosh, hey Sathak. Can someone please share this video link on the group so that others can directly join? Great. So guys, how are mocks going on? Hey Shajil, hey Himadri. So I'm sure you all have started mocks because I think we have covered almost 70% of our entire CAT syllabus. So yeah, uh, has everyone taken SimCAT 4? SimCAT 4. Yeah, Shajil, it's just a one-sided match now. So let's leave this World Cup and let's focus on our World Cup of 2019, November 2019, right? Okay, Shurjil, your scores? Yeah, by the way, I haven't seen many guys updating their scores. So we were just having a look at your scores and we're trying to analyze the scores and everything, but we were not able to do it. Only 7 to 8 total responses are there, which is very less. Guys, except the classes, our idea is also to help you with the mocks, and mocks would constitute your at least 50 to 60% of your preparation, if not less. So please start updating your scores on Facebook as well as on the drive link which I have already shared with everyone. I'm sure everyone has the access to the Google Sheet. Himadri, practice can keep on going on, but you cannot afford to waste more time. Sathak started. Shajil, it's good. What are your sectionals? Please give me a breakup of 180. Great. Good. So Shajil, also update it on the Facebook. I'm sure everyone of you will have that post of Dream Team, right? So please update your scores here as well so that you can better analyze your position within your peers. And Sathak, please start taking it. Himadri, start taking mocks. You cannot delay it to August. It will be very late for you. There are so many mocks. I'll suggest start taking from next mocks onwards if you haven't done it already. So now let's practice go hands in hand with the mocks. Hey Vanshika. Any other open doubts if you have, you can just shoot in the comment box and maybe we'll start in next 3 minutes. Hey Subham. Okay. Shajil, good. I think that's decent for now because The main thing is it's balanced. It's balanced across 3 sections, so which is okay. Verbal, you're doing good. And I thought that quant is your forte, but okay. We'll discuss on your case probably on phone on this weekend. But I guess it's better than your last score, right? Okay. Are you done with the last mocks analysis which we discussed, Shajil? जो लास्ट मॉक दिया था उसका हो गया एनालिसिस पूरा? Vanshika, have you started with the mocks? Great, good. So idea is to take at least 50 mocks before November. Now you can figure out yourself how many mocks do you want to take per day. Everyone should take at least 50 mocks. Hey Ashutosh. Vanshika, it started. You're getting late. July is the time to start with your mocks. ठीक है. Try to finish it on the weekend. अभी anyway SimCat 4 का भी solution आ जाएगा. So you can try to finish SimCat 4 in next week. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Cool guys. So I think there are 11 guys. Let's start with this session. So this is the last session of logical reasoning. So next we'll focus on DI, which to the best of my knowledge, Shyam sir will take your entire DI. So DI mein theek hai, we'll just go by the very conventional way. We'll try to cover different form of graphs, and then we'll do some questions on every type of graphs. That's it. लॉजिकल रीजनिंग में मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस कम फ्रॉम अरेंजमेंट जो हमने स्टार्टिंग के 2-3 सेशन में किया. देन वी कवर्ड गेम्स एंड टूर्नामेंट्स, एंड देन थर्ड इज दिस रूट्स एंड नेटवर्क्स. सो in arrangement we covered linear, sequence, circular arrangement, and setting arrangements, and some mixed logical matching wala questions, which covers almost 60% of your LR there. And then these are just some different topics which from where questions have already been asked in CAT. Hence we wanted to take it up as a different chapter. उसके अलावा जो basics है, puzzles, directions, which is usually asked in different exams, those were already taken by Gaurav sir as your starting 2 sessions. So I think, yeah, by the end of today, we will complete the entire logical reasoning. Then from next week or next to next week, we'll start with DI. Yeah, Vanshika. So Venn diagram and sets is not really a part of LR, but we'll cover that in QA. Because in CAT, we have seen that Venn diagram and sets wale questions were, so like, of course, it's a debatable thing, but yeah, questions were seen in both quant as well as DI. Hence, we'll cover this Venn diagram and set theory. This is a chapter which we'll probably cover by the end of this month or early August. Krishna will take this session. And yeah, I think in DLR, we are still left with cube. So Gaurav sir will take that session. Great. So maybe let's complete this this session today, and after that, Shajil try to attempt that question again. कि help होता है नहीं होता है session से. ठीक है. So of course, this is not really a very big chapter. Which there are just 3 or 4 questions for today. But yeah, the main idea is how can we identify whether this question belongs to roots in network and what is the best approach to solve such questions. Is everyone ready? Let's start. So yeah, that's the team. Hey Rohit, we are just starting. Welcome. So yeah, before we start, let me just give you the meaning of this session and what are we going to achieve by the end of the session. What different kind of questions usually come. So guys, here there are two major concepts in this entire topic. One is node and second is branches. So all of those who are electrical engineer, I'm sure you have learned network theory जिसमें we have nodes and branches वाला concept, right? So ideally, any object, it can be any person's name, it can be any city. Those are the stationary things. Those are the points or maybe hinges. So we represent that in the form of a circle, right? Say this is A. Say this is B. So if I say you that one person is going from A to B and then say from B to C, say from C to A. Now from E, he can either go to B or he can go to A. From B, he can also go back to A and so on and so forth. So basically, questions will be mostly on traveling and transportation, but it can be in other forms as well, which we'll see in the subsequent slides. So yeah, if this is a diagram, then A, B, C, and E, these are your nodes, right? These are the stationary objects. So we call them as nodes. And these arrows are your branches. So I can give you an information that from going from city A to city B, it takes me 20 minutes. Here it takes me 15 minutes and so on and so forth. Or maybe I can give you an information that from going A to B, it takes you 20 rupees. In going from B to C, it takes you 15 rupees and so on and so forth. So I can give you cost, I can give you time, etc. Right? So these information which basically connects two different nodes are represented by the branches. Clear? And then questions are typically asked, okay, find the minimum path in which there are very less repetition of nodes, in which the least amount of time is taken, in which there is least cost. So these are the typical kind of questions that were seen in CAT from this topic. Clear? Now, of course, before we begin, there are different notations which we need to be very clear with. So if statement mentions that there is one-way route from city A to B, so it's mentioned that you can travel from city A to city B. So it's basically a unit direction. So arrow will be only from A to B. If the statement says that it's basically a highway from Delhi to Jaipur and you can because it's a highway, you can walk either from Delhi to Jaipur or Jaipur to Delhi. So here, say X is Delhi and say Y is Jaipur. So it's basically a bi-directional arrow. So here I'll have a branch with two arrows with two different points because you can either move from X to Y or Y to X. Either of this combination is possible. Hence, it's a two-way connectivity. Third is if the statement says you that you can go from P to K and you can also go from K to P. So please understand the second sentence is not same as third because in second you're saying that there is a road you can choose to either go from X to Y or Y to X, but the time taken, the cost, all the branches parameters are same whether you move from X to Y or Y to X. However, in case number third it will be different. Time taken from K to P might not be same as time taken from P to K or maybe cost. So if the statement mentions that all the projected roads are one ways, which means if the road which is used to move from P to K, you cannot use the same road. However, there is another road which is available to move from K to P. So clear, these are the three major notation and that's it. Now we are good to start with the basics and then we'll move on to the advanced questions. Great. So let's solve this question. I'm sorry, I've already displayed the answers, but okay. I'm sure you all are honest. So these are the four questions. It's a very, very simple question. But from this, my idea is everyone should be well familiar with the concept of network. How do you draw a network? How do you identify questions? which require you to draw network and nodes and routes, etc. So just read the question and attempt it the way you would like it to be. I'll give you 3 minutes for this question. Hey Iti, hey Shubhangi, don't worry, we guys have just started. So this is the first question for today. So far, we haven't really gone much. So please come back. Please attempt this question. So yeah, to the new joiners. So guys, we represent nodes by a circle or maybe a point, and we represent branches by arrows. If I say you A is moving, that there's a girl Et who is traveling from A to B. So I'll represent that in this form. And if I say you that Et takes 3 hours to reach from A to B, so this is the notation in which I will represent this information. Why do we do this? You'll be clear by the end of this topic. Is everyone able to draw the diagram for this? See, PQRSTUV are 7 places on a map. The following places are connected by two-way roads. Okay, P and Q. So two-way roads matlab double arrow. Say this is P. Say this is Q. Okay, P and Q के बीच में there is a double arrow. Then P and U. Okay. Say this is U. Then R and U and R and S. Okay. And Q and R. Okay. So Q and R and U, and R and S. Okay. So we have S here. Then U and V. Okay. Then S and T and V. Okay. Perfect. So this is the nodal representation of the information that is given to us, and no other routes exist. By the way, guys, England have just won the match. So it's England versus New Zealand. Neither of these teams have the World Cup trophy so far. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting on Sunday. Done, guys? Yes, answer is DADTC. You're correct. Ashutosh, good. So, guys, this was a very straightforward question, right? Others, Sharjil and everyone else, is it done? It was hardly 2 to 3 minutes of question. Ask your doubts if you are stuck here so that I can understand कि ठीक है कुछ problem है. I'll give you last 1 minute. Good, Himadri. Vanshika, very good. Others, done, guys. It's a very easy question. आंसर सबका आ गया DADDC. चलो guys, let's see this question. नहीं ऋषभ, it's wrong. यार, this question should have not been wrong. ठीक है, the shortest route from P to V is clear है. I have to move from P to V. So shortest route is what? PUV, because there are only two nodes who are involved. So answer is D. How many distinct routes exist from S to U without touching any place more than once? Okay. So now I have to move from, let me change the color. Yeah, so now I have to move from what? S to U. This is S and this is U. So how many distinct routes exist? So guys, of course, see, one is what? S, T, V, U, right? Second is S, R, U. Third is S, R, Q, P, U, right? So these are the only three routes which are available, right? या तो मैं डायरेक्ट जाऊंगा या फिर ऐसे या फिर लंबे वाले रास्ते से. So yes, answer is 3. Rishabh, why did you mark it as 2? Third question is the route covering the maximum number of places and going from P to R does not pass through. So अगर मुझे P से R जाना है maximum route से, तो how will I go? P, U, V, S, R. So only Q will not be covered. So answer is D. Very simple. Next, if U to V and S to R are only one-way routes, okay. If U to V, okay, and S to R are only one-way routes, then which of the following places lose contact with P? ठीक है. So how will you do this? See guys, आपको P पे पहुंचना है. Let's see the option V, T and S. अगर मुझे V से पहुंचना है P पे, I can still go from V to T, T to S to R to Q and Q to P. So V answer नहीं होगा. If I have to move from T to V, then where is T? This is T. I can still take this path. If I need to go from S to P, I can still take this path. So guys, under any condition, you are not isolating P, because reaching out to P is still possible, because this one way is anyways possible, right? यहाँ पे पूरा circle complete हो रहा है. So you will anyways be able to reach from any node to any other node. So answer is D. So DADD, the last question. If the number of places to which a place is connected is directly considered as the measure of importance, then which of the following places is of the highest importance? ठीक है. So basically we have to find that node or that place which is connected to the maximum number of nodes, right? Or maximum number of places. I can very clearly see it is either R or U, right? इनकी degree कितनी है? 3 है, because those are connected to 3 places. U is not in the option, so answer will be R. So answer is D, A, D, D, C. Clear? Is everyone clear on this? Then we'll now increase the level of questions. Anyone who has doubts so far? Rishabh? Okay, I'm assuming it's clear because I'm not seeing any responses. Chalo, let's move on to the next set now. So this is a set from CAT 2006. Read the question. So everyone please just read the question and try to understand this, because this is the information of set and questions are on the next slide. So I will have to turn the slide, move the slide forward. Once you read it, please comment in the box so that I'll move it forward. A significant amount of traffic flows from point S to point T in the one-way street network shown below. Maybe you all can draw this diagram in your notebooks. Point A, B, C, and D are the junctions in the network, and the arrows mark the direction of the traffic flow. The fuel cost in rupees for traveling along a street is indicated by the number adjacent to the arrow representing the street. Great. So these numbers in green, these represent the fuel cost. Motorist traveling from point S to point T would obviously take the route for which the total cost of traveling is the minimum, right? If two or more routes have the same least travel cost, then motorists are indifferent between them. Hence, the traffic gets evenly distributed among all the least cost routes. Evenly distributed means if there are 40 people, 20 will go from route 1, 20 will go from route 2, given the total cost of both the routes 1 and 2 is same. The government can control the flow of traffic only by levying appropriate toll at each junction. For example, if a motorist takes the route SAT using junction A alone, then the total cost of travel would be 9 plus 5, 14, plus the taxes which is imposed on city A. So tolls and taxes government can only impose on these nodes which are circled. Done? Shall we move forward? Come on guys, you all are writing CAT, your reading speed should be fast. So now This is the first question. Solve this. We'll go question by question here. I'll give you 2 minutes for this. Anyone who is able to solve this? Also, Vox, they're not the ones. Great guys. Ashutosh, I think you are the only one जिसका आंसर गलत है. Shubham, welcome to the league. Answer is 5 and let's see how. So guys, see यहाँ पे ये लिखा है कि B2C वाला route is not working. So what are the different routes here? Routes are SAT, ठीक है, एस बी, अब बी सी तो पॉसिबल नहीं है, सो एस बी ए टी, एस डी सी टी एंड एस डी टी, दीज आर द फोर रूट्स विच आर पॉसिबल. नाउ लेट्स राइट द टोटल कॉस्ट. एस ए टी का टोटल कॉस्ट कितना है? 9 प्लस 5 इज द फ्यूल कॉस्ट विच इज 14 प्लस, लेट्स अज्यूम दैट ए इज द टोल which is charged at node A. Similarly, SBAT पे 2 plus 2 plus 4 9 plus A plus B. Then SDCD 7 plus 1 plus 2 10 plus C plus D. Similarly, SDD 13 plus D. Right? These are the total cost when you're choosing the mentioned path. Clear what it did? So now it's given that the user should be indifferent, right? And he pays the same amount regardless of the route, which means all of these costs should be same. So if I equate 1 and 2, 14 plus a equals to 9 plus a plus b, a will get cancelled, so b will be equals to 5. If I equate third and 4, dd will get cancelled and c will be equals to 3, right? Now guys, if I equate say first and fourth, what do I get? A minus d is equals to -1, or d is equals to a plus 1, right? These are the three unique relations which I'm getting. So b must be 5, okay, so which means fourth can't be an option. C must be 3, okay, and d must be equals to a plus 1. D must be equals to a plus 1, which means 1 can't be an option, right? Because here d is equals to a. So answer can be either 2 and 3. Of course, there are 4 variables here, but guys, there are only 3 equations, so you will not be able to exactly identify the value of a or d no matter what two equations you use, right? You can take any combination, but still you will be left with d equals to a plus 1 as one of your relation. Now in option B, a is 0, d is 1, so yes, this condition is satisfied. In option C, a is 1 and d is 2, so of course this condition is satisfied, so answer is 5. Is that clear, guys? Others? Ashutosh, you will never be able to predict the toll of D. It is not possible. I'm not sure which two equations did you solve or how did you solve this, but please recheck your calculations. Rishabh, you also please recheck your calculation. And if this method is not clear, ask me right now. Clear है सबको? Think and ask me again. Others, solve this question. This was a question of CAT 2006. So, good luck. Yeah, Shatakshi, you can continue from here. अभी तक anyways we haven't really covered जो major questions है. यहाँ पे there are two advanced level questions which are yet to come. अभी तक we were just on basics. You can try to attempt the questions. It's all logical. Guys, last 15 seconds. Okay, maybe I have 3 replies. I want at least 10 replies this time. Else I'm not going to start. Great. So two guys have said 3, two guys have said 5, one have, and two have said 1. That's interesting. If the government wants to ensure that no traffic flows on the street from D to T, okay, then a feasible set of toll charged at junction A, B, C, D respectively to achieve this goal is 5. Okay. So mode of this is 5. Median is 3. And mean you all can calculate. Okay. I'll just wait for maybe 20 more seconds and then I'll start. So it's given here that no traffic flows on the street from D to T. Okay, which means the route number SDT is not possible. Right? If someone wants to move from S to T, SDT route is not possible. And hence, because it's given that equal amount of traffic flows through other routes, which means all the other routes are possible, right? So what all are the other routes? SAT is one route, right? So its cost is 14 plus A because A is the toll charged at A. Because traffic is equal, so the total cost of all the other routes must be same. SBAT का कितना हो गया? If someone wants to move from S to T through the route SBAT, costing will be 9 plus A plus B, right? If someone wants to use next route क्या होगा? SBCT, then costing will be 7 plus B plus C. और क्या possibility है? SDCT, right? So this is 10 plus C plus D. और कुछ possible है? Is SDT possible? No, it's not possible because it's given कि no traffic flows from D to T. So these are the only 4 things which is possible. From 1 and 2, what can I say? B is 5, right? Which means option 2 to gaya. Great. From now, what all equation can I use? See, I know the value of B. C यहाँ से cancel हो जाएगा. So D कितना है? D is essentially B minus 3. B was 5, so D must be 2. Which means option 1 and option 4 is also gone, right? Because D must be equals to 2. right? Now, what other thing is remaining? A and C ka information I don't have. So it's given that 14 plus A is equals to 10 plus C plus D. D was 2, which means this is 12, this is 14. So C must be equals to A plus 2. It's only valid in option number 5. So guys, it was very simple. Hardly a question of 30 seconds. So if you're spending 3 minutes in this question and still doing it wrong, guys, your preparation needs to be rechecked. There's something wrong. You cannot do silly mistakes in such question. This is the question of CAT 2006. It's a candy. If you're getting such question in DILR in your CAT, trust me, this is a candy. ऋषभ, तुम्हारे सारे आंसर्स रॉन्ग हो रहे हैं. What is wrong? Is it not clear? It was very simple, ना? वंशिका, वन. यार वन तो बहुत ही पहले एलिमिनेट हो गया, राइट? Because B is 5 and D is 2, so 1 is not possible. These are the two static values which we could have calculated within 2 steps. So Rishabh, I'm not happy with this. This is the second or third consecutive time your answer is wrong. Shubham, so many silly mistakes. Ashutosh, making a mistake again. Okay, let's see. I'm watching out for Rishabh, Vanshika, Shubham, and Ashutosh in the next question. Here comes your next question. Hey Shatakshi, are you able to understand this? Because you joined late, just want to make sure. Is this clear approach? Guys, take your time, but do the question right. Recheck your calculations. Good. This should be solved within 30 seconds. It's just an extension of the last question. कुछ नया equation में नहीं लिखना है तुम. Exactly, Madri. This is again a very basic level of set. The idea is to get you acquainted with this network wala funda, and then we'll do some really advanced level question. Great, guys. So everyone has got 4 as the answer, right? And yes, this time everyone is correct. Answer is 4. Do you want me to solve this question? I think everyone has attempted it right. ठीक है, but still let's solve this. तो यहाँ पे भी guys same ही है. Here there is no restriction. So all the all the different costs should be same. So I'll just write the equation as 14 plus A should be equals to 7 plus B plus C should be equals to 9 plus B plus C should be equals to 13 plus D, and this should be equals to 10 plus C plus D. Okay, these are the different equations. I will solve them and the final answer will be 4. You're correct. This is the final part. Now solve this. Very good for the last part. Yeah, guys. So it's done. One. Okay, Shatakshi ने भी इस बार attempt किया. Good. And yeah, guys, you all are correct. Answer is one. इसको solve करना है या फिर ठीक है, it's done. Anyone who has doubts here? So यहाँ पे see, यहाँ पे what the question says is, it was again just an extended version of the previous questions. If the government wants to ensure that the traffic at S gets evenly distributed along streets from S to A, from S to B, and S to D. S to A, S to B, and S to D. Okay. ठीक है. Such that no traffic flows through C. Okay. Then a feasible set of toll charged at junction this and this. ठीक है, guys. So इसमें what are the different routes? SAT, SBAT, of course SBCT नहीं होगा, and SDT. These are the only three possible routes, right? तो उसके बाद क्या करूंगा मैं? I'll just equate their cost. 14 plus A should be equals to 5 plus 2 plus 9 plus A plus B should be equals to 13 plus D, right? I'll just write this equation and I'll solve this. Also, guys, it's given government wants to ensure that no traffic flows through C, right? इसका मतलब the only reason why traffic will not flow through C is इसका cost ज़्यादा आएगा, right? So इसका cost should be greater, which essentially means SBAT का जो cost है it should be less than SBCT. इसीलिए people will not choose C वाला path but will go to that path. Also, SDT का जो cost है that should be less than SDCT वाला cost, right? These are the additional two equation. Only then traffic will not flow through C. So now I can write the cost and I will just equate the variables. That's it. And yeah, the answer is 1. Clear? Let me know if you want me to solve this question. Now here goes the last part. This is interesting. Yes, Vanshika. C wala logic will only use for the comparison. Yes, Ashutosh. Sorry, yes, Himadri. See, the idea is one guy will not go through the route which has C wala node only when C wala cost ज़्यादा होगा, right? So if government has to ensure कि यार C वाले node से कोई बंदा नहीं जाए, the only way to ensure it is C पे जो toll है वो आप बढ़ा दो, right? Hence the total cost of C वाला route must be more than जो भी other दूसरे alternatives है, तभी C पे कोई traffic नहीं होगी. So this is the only inequality which I used. This one is a very tricky question. Let's see who can solve this. Let's hurry up, guys. You have last 1 minute. Done? Ashutosh, in the last question, it was given that the government has to ensure कि no traffic flows through sea. While in the other questions, it was given to us कि sea वाला रास्ता is not usable. यहाँ पे the way is usable. However, government wanted to ensure that no one still goes through sea wala way. Hence, we have used this inequality wala question. Okay, Sushmit. Anyone else? Okay, guys, time up. I think I'm giving you enough time. इतना कैट में तो मिलेगा ही नहीं. So guys, see. यहाँ पे okay. He wants to ensure that not more than 70% of the traffic flows through junction B. Now, if someone wants to travel from S to D, he has three ways, right? Either he'll go SA wala, SV wala path, or SD wala path, right? And let's see which is the route जहाँ पे सबसे least cost है. Let's assume that that there is no toll for now. So least cost is coming in SBCT wala path, right? Which is 7. Correct? the path SBCT without toll has the least cost, because यहाँ पे कुछ अभी toll की information नहीं given है, so we'll assume for now कि let's assume that that there is no toll so far. So guys, that means अगर इस पूरे ABCD अगर चारों नोड्स में कहीं टोल ही नहीं है और अगर B और C में कहीं टोल नहीं होगा, then what will happen? Because SBCT is the route with lowest cost, 100% traffic will flow from SBCT wala route. But it's given to us in the question that not more than 70% of the total traffic should be traveling from this route, right? Hence, there must be a toll policy. Clear? So guys, which means I don't want everyone to go from this route. I want someone to go from this or this route as well, right? So now what should be that toll policy? अब अगर वो यहां से जाता है ऐसे ऐसे, so इसका कॉस्ट कितना है? His cost is 14 plus some toll which I'm planning to impose across all the nodes, right? That is going to be uniform. But if I go from say SDT or maybe SDCT and SDT, यहाँ कॉस्ट कितना है? SDT का कॉस्ट कितना है? 30 and वहां कितना है? 10, right? So which means SDCT वाला जो route है, that is the second lowest वाला route, right? So what does that imply? If there is no toll and अगर SBCT वाले route पे if I have imposed some toll policy, then some of the traffic will be shifted to SDCT. कब? Only when the total cost is same at SBCT and SDCT, right? Only under those conditions I will have a split of traffic, say 50-50 split. So only 50% of the traffic will flow from SBCT wala route, other 50% will use the route SDCT, and hence I will not have more than 70%. So yes, this condition satisfies the given expressions. So which implies, guys, the least cost was 7, but I want some traffic to be moved to the second route जिसका cost कितना है? 10 है, right? Without the toll. Hence, toll policy should be such that the government must impose 3 rupees ka tax in this route SBCT such that the traffic is splitted between SBCT and SDCT, right? Is it clear? Hence, B is the only differentiating node, right? So if I impose a tax of 3 rupees on B, then total cost of SBCT wala route will be 7 plus 3 equals to 10. And I also know the cost of SDCT wala route, that is also 10. So if I impose a toll of 3 rupees at B, then my traffic would be split 50% in these two routes, which satisfies my condition. And hence the cost incurred by the commuter traveling from S to point T under this policy will be 10 rupees and not 7. So answer will be 3. Is it clear? So guys, let's see what we did here. Here no information on toll was given. So we checked which is the least cost wala path, because if there is no toll, everyone will flow through that from that low cost wala path, which was SBCT. And then we check the second highest route which is possible is SDCT, and the difference is only 3 rupees. So if I try to impose 3 rupees wala tax only on the least cost, then I can have a split of my traffic between least cost and second least cost wala route. So that is what was asked. Hence the revised cost for a traveler will be not 7 but 10 rupees. No. SB80 will not be considered, Vanshika. Why? Because I don't want my traffic to go from B. My 100% traffic to go from B, right? Hence, I will have to route the traffic to either S80 or SDCT or SDT. Of course, S80 में तो cost सबसे ज़्यादा है, so that doesn't make sense. From SDCT and SDT, cost is minimum in SDCT. So अगर traffic split करना ही है, so traffic will go from SDCT and not any other path, because बाकी path का cost ज़्यादा है. Is it clear? Shadakshi, good. Everyone clear with this question? The last part was a little tricky. Rest everything was a cakewalk. So cool, let's move ahead. Now that you all have solved so many varieties of questions. Why 50% assumption? Ashutosh, it was given in the question. See, it's very common sense that either 100% of my traffic is going to flow through a route अगर उसका cost कम हुआ तो, और अगर cost ज़्यादा हुआ then 0% of the traffic will flow. The only possibility I have is I can split the traffic. Equal amount of traffic will be split, right? That was given in the set wala information at the very beginning. That you can split the traffic equally in two parts if the route is if the total cost is same. So 70% तो कभी possible ही नहीं है. Either it will be 0% अगर अगर cost ज्यादा हुआ तो, or it will be 100% if the cost is least, or it will be 50% if the cost is same. These are the only possibilities. So now let's solve this set. Read this question and then I'll route you to the next slide. Let me know once you read this. Let's hurry up, guys. I think we are running out of time today. Guys, read? Shall I move ahead? Okay, guys, this is the first question. Done, guys. It's an easy question. Forty-eight hundred, 120. Okay. Shatakshi, good. You are catching up really fast. I'll give you last 30 seconds. Meanwhile, Sarthak, Ashutosh, Satakshi, please share your equations or your approaches. What is your equation here? Shajal, buck up fast. Only 3 responses out of 13 viewers. Ashutosh, Rahul, Ashutosh. Man, you really need to be more focused. More focused. बहुत ही सिली मिस्टेक कर रहा है भाई तुम. Okay. So the numbers on the line यहाँ पे mentioned है, right? The figures on the line represent the number of days taken to make the transition from one stage to another. Check the last line, right? Last line says number of days taken to make the transition from one stage to another. Ashutosh man, what has happened to your plus minus? हर क्वेश्चन में गलती आ रही है. This is not how you're gonna score in cat. इतनी सिली मिस्टेक करोगे तब तो मतलब आई डाउट कुछ होगा. इट्स नॉर्मल एडिशन. दो डिजिट नंबर को सम करना है बस. Okay, I have seen many answers. The hint is there is only one guy जिसका आंसर सही है अभी तक. Rest every answer is wrong. Let's see. शताक्षी और आंसर was wrong. या इसमें बहुत ही सिंपल फॉरवर्ड इक्वेशन है. इट्स गिवन कि आशीष की ट्रेनिंग का कॉस्ट सेम है शिव की ट्रेनिंग का कॉस्ट, राइट? सो लेट्स अज्यूम that the cost that the company spends per candidate is X, right? So आशीष की ट्रेनिंग में नंबर ऑफ डेज कितने? 300 plus 210 510 plus 150 660, right? From trainee to the top management 660 days are required, so cost will be 660. X will be the cost, right? X is the number of X is the cost per student, sorry, per day, per candidate, and 660 is number of days. So if I multiply that, this will be the cost per student. Plus, what is the fixed cost? 2 plus 1, 3 lakhs. This should be equals to Shiv की ट्रेनिंग में कितना है? 180 plus 90 270 plus 150, right? ट्रेनिंग तो पूरी चलेगी. 270 plus 150 is 420. 420x plus 14, sorry 15. Why? 14 plus 1 ना, सीनियर मैनेजमेंट वाली ट्रेनिंग भी तो देनी पड़ेगी. क्लियर? दैट्स इट. इट्स अ सिंपल इक्वेशन. कितना हो गया? 240x is equals to 12l, so x must be equals to 5000. Very simple. I don't know why people answered 4800 120. Guys, this in my opinion is still LOD1. It was a very straightforward problem. मतलब कुछ था ही नहीं आता वो. शर्जिल इतना टाइम तो लगना ही नहीं चाहिए. It was a 15 seconds problem. Let's move on to the last problem. Here goes the question. Very good, Shatakshi, for the silly mistake. Vanchika, last two lines are: assume that the company pays no additional money after the candidates reach the top management level. What is the bond amount decided by the company? This means the company was paying 5,000 rupees per student, right? As we discovered in the last, sorry, 5,000 rupees per student per day. So this money spent by the company for the students training, but this is stopped by the company once the company reaches the top management. So the life cycle is only from trainee till top management. Now here the question is, people who are actually exiting the company after reaching top management. So company wants to impose a bond, as you would have read in the earlier sentences. So you have to calculate that bond amount. Okay, great. So Vanchika, that line means, देखो, शुभम की जो ट्रेनिंग है उसमें what I'm asking is that there must be a bond amount, which means if a student leaves after reaching the top management position before 5 years, then that candidate will have to pay say X rupees back to the company. So now after paying this X rupees back to the company, jitna net investment hai from the company side in Shubham's training, that gets equal to the Ashish wali training. The cost that the company bears for a Ashish training candidate and a Shubham's training candidate remains the same. So that bond amount will be decided basis this relation. Okay. Sushmit says 52.5. Deepak says 9. Rahul, I'm not clear of your question. Company will receive as much received for spent in training. No, yaar. The guy has to pay some bond amount if he leaves before the completion of 5 years, and that bond amount should be decided in such a way कि जितना total investment in a Shubham's training वाली student में must be equals to Ashish training student में जितना investment है by the company. That's it. Okay, guys, enough time. Now time is up. See, here we have to decide the bond amount such that Shubham training ka amount gets equal to Ashish training ka amount, right? So what is the cost of Shubham's training? Shubham की training है and second Ashish की training है, right? So Shubham's training का cost is 180 plus 120 is what? 300. 300 क्या है? 300 is the number of days, right? 300 days into cost per day. वो हमने already निकाली थी last question में, which was 5,000, right? I mentioned in the last line, use the data from previous question if necessary. So this is the variable cost. Now what is the fixed cost? That is 30. This is the amount spent in Shubham's training, 30 lakhs. So this is what? 5 3s are 15, 5 0, so 50 plus 30 equals to 45 lakhs. Now Ashish training में cost कितना है? 300 plus 210, 510 plus 150, 660 into 5,000 plus 3. 660 into 500 कितना हो गया? 30 plus 3, 33 lakhs plus 3 lakhs, 36 lakhs is the amount spent in Ashish wali training. Of course, Shubham training mein amount which the company is investing is more, is 45 lakhs. It is more by 9 lakhs, right? But I want, there must be a bond amount which the candidate pays back to the company, which will come as a negative sign, right? So what should be that negative amount such that Shubham's training amount gets equal to the Ashish training amount? I know Shubham's training amount is 9 lakhs more than Ashish's training amount. So the candidate, if he returns the amount of 9 lakh back to the company, then the amount will be same, right? Hence the bond amount must be nothing but 9 lakhs. Deepak, very good. Is this clear? $27 कहाँ से आया आशुतोष? 75,000. Okay. See, Ashutosh, your answer is correct, 9 lakh, but I think your equation is wrong. Is this clear? 9 lakhs? Chalo. So I think with that, we complete almost everything. Now let's move to one last set, which is my favorite set, and it is one of the interesting set. Why 5,000 is used? Sushmit, 5,000 is the cost per day, right? I have written in the note, use the data from previous question if necessary. 5,000 is the value of X, right? Which we calculated from the last question under some given condition, of course. But if we have already calculated that amount, we can just use that variable. Yeah, it's the same thing, Ashutosh. You can either deduct 3 lakhs here or you can add 3 lakhs in Ashish wale mein. It's the same way. So 5,000 is used because I mentioned that you can use the data from previous question and I wanted to know the cost per day. Hence I've used the information of 5,000 because no other information is given. And unless I know that, I won't be able to calculate the total cost. So now let's go to the final set of the final chapter of LR. Here goes your set, and read the set fast, and I will only give you 5 minutes for first question. This is the set. Everyone, you can take a photo of this information so that we can move on to the next slide. Please take an image, please take a screenshot or a photo so that we can move to the next slide in which we have the question. You should know what to calculate. This is the question. If Vikram starts from Hostel Tapti and has to come back to it after crossing all the hostels at least one, then what is the minimum possible time that he would take? This is a chocolate problem. Is it done, guys? Let's see who solved it correctly. Okay, two guys have answered A. Is it done, guys? Let's see. You have last 1 minute for this question. $49. Okay. Great, guys. Very good. Uh, Great. Shatakshi, Ashutosh, and Vanshika. Yes, and Vanshika. Very good. Answer is B. Let's see how. The question is if Vikram starts from hostel Tapti and has to come back to it. So guys, see, in the way in which this information is given, it is very confusing and very difficult to calculate. Right? I will have to write a lot of cases, which is not advisable. So we can see that this is again a transportation problem, time given, and there are different nodes. So see, what is the meaning? Destination hostel is Tapti, intermediary hostel is Sharavati. Now, in the next question, it is asked that one person has to leave from Tapti and has to come back to this. So find the minimum time. Okay, so let's design a nodal representation. So T say I have to find those places where all I can go, which means T must be the intermediate hostel. And what are the destination hostels? Narmada and Sarayu. These are the two destination hostels. Fine. Which means T say I can go to either N or I can go to Sarayu. T से N जाने में कितना टाइम लगेगा? 10 minutes. T से Sarayu जाने में भी 10 minutes, right? I'm just using all the information. Now from Narmada, where all can I go? I can go to Kaveri and I can go to Brahmaputra, right? So I can go to say Brahmaputra and I can go to Kaveri, right? In how many minutes? Narmada and Brahmaputra both are in 6 minutes. Perfect. And from Sarayu, where all can I go? From Sarayu, I can only go to Kaveri, right? In 5 minutes. So from Sarayu, I can only go to Kaveri in 5 minutes. Okay. I've used this information as well. Now, from Brahmaputra, can I go anywhere? Yes, from Brahmaputra, I can go to Krishna. From Brahmaputra, I can go to Sharavati. So from Brahmaputra, I can go to Sharavati. Okay. And how SH? Because I already have S in 4 minutes. And from Brahmaputra, I can go to Krishna. Again in 4 minutes. Okay. Done. Now from Kaveri, I can also go to Krishna. Okay. So Kaveri से भी मैं Krishna जा सकता हूँ. In how many minutes? In 3 minutes. Okay. And from Kaveri, I can also go to Brahmaputra in 3 minutes. Okay. So this is also connected in 3 minutes. Perfect. Now from Sharavati, I can go to Krishna in 4 minutes. Okay. So from Sharavati era, I can go to Krishna in 4 minutes. Okay. And from Krishna, I can go to Sarayu in 5 minutes. From Krishna, I can go to Sarayu in 5 minutes. Okay. And from Sharavati, I can go to Tapti in 10 minutes. Okay. This is 10. Okay. From Tapti to Narmada. Perfect. So I think we have used all the given information. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 nodes are there. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 nodes are there. Perfect. Which means yes, we have completed everything, right? Am I missing anything, guys? It's all done, right? Perfect. Now the question was someone has to go from T and come back to T after covering every single node at least once, right? So if that is the case, what should be the minimum time taken? Okay. Now see, to visualize the problem, it becomes very easy, right? Okay. So he has to go from T and he has to come back to T, right? So from T he can go either to N or he can go to SA, right? These are the only possible ways. Also, let's see how, as in what all combination can he come back to T. T वापस आना है, so guys there is only one node from SH, right? There is no other node. This is the only way. Now, अगर SH जाना है तो guys there is only one way from B. There is no other way, right? So see, if you are trying to do reverse tracking, the question will become very easy. Right, एस एच जाना है तो बी जाना पड़ेगा. Now of course बी जाने के लिए there are multiple ways. Either I can go it from N or I can go from C. So let's not write anything now. Clear है अभी तक? I'm just trying to draw all the different possibilities here. So now from N, see from N I can go either to B or I can go to C. Right? But guys, if I go to B, will I ever be able to come to C? No, because B to C तो कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है. The only way is C to B I can go, but B to C तो I can never come. So I might have to go from B to SH, SH to K, K to SA, SA to C, which is a very long way, right? So B to C मुझे अभी कोई रास्ता नहीं दिख रहा है. So let's consider T to N to C, right? Now if I'm going from T to N to C, C से कहाँ जाऊँगा? I will either go to K or I will go to B. But if I go to K, there is no direct way to go to B, right? Because that reverse way is not possible. So let's go to B. T, N, C, and then B, right? Now guys, if I go to B, then the direct thing which comes to my mind is T, N, C, B. Then I can go to SH, then I can go to K. Then from B, I've covered SH, I've covered K. So which is the remaining node? The only remaining node is SA. So yes, I can go to SA as well. That is possible. Now the catch is I have to go from SA to T. But this route, with this direct route is not possible, right? So I will have to go from SA to C, then C to B, then B to SH, and then SH to T. So if I see, yes, CBSH wala route is unnecessarily repeated and hence there will be more time. So is there any way that I can try to reduce the time? Here, let's see. T से N गया, N से I have moved to C, right? Now C से B जाऊंगा, B to SH, SH to K, K to SA, SA to C, C to B, B to SH, and SH to T. But then I'm repeating ये वाला पूरा path. If I don't want to repeat, then let's go from C to K. Right? Instead of going from C to B, let's go from C to K. अगर मैं C to K गया, then I can go from K to SA. Then I can again go from SA to C, then from C to B, then B to SH, and then SH to T, right? So guys, if I'm following this path, T to N, N to C, C to K, K to SA, SA to C, C to B, B to SH, and then SH to T. Then I have covered all the nodes at least once, and I'm only repeating one single node, that is C. Right? In every other option, I was repeating at least 2 or 3 different nodes, and hence time will be maximum. So yes, this looks like one of the possible answers. Let's also consider the second case, T to SA. Now guys, you have reached SA, so SA you can only move to C. So guys, now if you're at C, there is no way to go back to N, right? You will never be able to cover N. So you will have to, because n जाने के लिए you will have to first reach t, and hence there will be a lot of repetition. So second will not be the right way. The only possible way is first. So now let's calculate the time taken. T to n, 10 minutes. N to C, 6 minutes. C to K, 3 minutes. 3 to K to SA, 5 minutes. SA to C, 5 minutes. C to B, 3 minutes. B to SH, 4 minutes. SH to T, 10 minutes. This is the total time. 6, 3, 9, 9, 10, 20, 30, 37 and 9, 46 minutes is the minimum time which is possible, and hence answer will be B. That's it. A very simple question. Not a simple question, but yeah, a really good question. And very good, all those three people who have solved it correctly. Clear? Yes, Shadakshi, you can take your chocolate anytime. You anyway stay close by. Now let's go to the last question for today. It belongs to the same set. Here comes your question. If Rahul and Ganesh simultaneously start from hostels Tapti and Kaveri respectively, then the minimum possible time taken by both of them to meet at some hostel except Tapti and Kaveri will be what? Yes. Do this question. So I will also just draw the diagram meanwhile. I'm not sure how can I copy from the previous slides. So this was T. TN, B, SH, K, SA, and this was the way. Okay. SH to T was also possible, and I think it was SH to K, and from C to B, right? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Am I missing something? I think there was B to K as well, right? Let's check. B to K. So yeah, this covers everything. Yes, so it's advantageous for the CS people, but also understand the DILR wala method will be useful to you. So let me just draw the numbers. It's 10, 6, 6, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10. Okay. Let's see if I can recall these numbers. It was 10 here, 6, 6 here, it was 3, I guess. This was what, 4, 4. This was also 4 in my opinion. This was 3. This was same as initial 10. This was also 10, I guess. This was what, 3 or 4? I think it was 5 and 5. Let's check. 10, 10, 6, 6, 5, 5, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 10. Okay. Yes. This was the figure. Guys, I will give you what next 1 more minute for this question. It's getting late, and we are going to wrap up then. This is the last question to prove your day. Okay, two guys have attempted it. Last 10 seconds, guys. Okay, guys, time up. Deepak, very good. You are on fire today. This question is also correct. Answer is 16 at B. So let's see what the question is. If Rahul and Ganesh simultaneously starts from hostel T and C, then the minimum possible time taken by both of them to meet at some hostel except Tapti and Kaveri is what? Okay, assume that they don't stop at any hostel. Okay. So one is leaving from T and second is leaving from C. So if someone is leaving from T, he can either go to N or SA, right? So guys, if he is going to SA, and the guy who is going from C, so guys, if he's going from T to SA, he's gonna take 10 minutes, right? And if the guy who is coming from C, if he tries to reach SA in 10 minutes, then yes, 10 minutes will be the minimum possible time at SA. But is it possible? So from C he can only go to K. From K he can go to SA. So time taken will be 3 plus 5 equals to 8 minutes. Which means the guy who's starting from C is gonna reach early, and because he can't wait at any hostel, so he's always gonna lead this guy, the guy who's starting from T, right? So they will never be able to meet at any place because from SA you are anyways going to go to C, right? So the C guy will always lead the T guy. So in CSA method, it's not possible. Now let's see in T wala part, right? When the guy is going from T to N. Of course, C say I cannot go back to N because the only possible way to go to N is through T, and if I'm coming through T, which means I'm always going to lag. So from T to N, I can either go to B or I can go to C. अगर मैं C में आया तो of course it's going to take 16 minutes, but it's given in the question that I cannot meet at T or C, right? So C pe to I'll anyways be not able to meet, and from C I anyways have to go to B because there's only one way from C, that is to B. So let's see, from T to N to B, it's taking me 16 minutes, right? This is the second lowest. So if I can make C reach to B in 16 minutes, then yeah, this will be my answer, that 16 minutes at B. Let's see. So guys, see, C to B, there is a direct way of 3 minutes, right? C to B directly 3 minutes में पहुंच रहा है. Now guys, see, if someone has to reach to B, the only possible way is through C, right? There is no other way which is coming to C. One way is N, but then to reach to N, you have to go to T, and then to reach to T, you have to go to SH. and from SH to B and B to C. So it is a lot of time. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 10, 17 plus 10, 27, which is not equals to 16. So you will not meet. So let's see. From C, if I have to reach B, the only possible way is through C. If I have to reach C, the only possible way is through SA. Okay, if I have to reach SA, the only possible way is K. Right, now I'm at C. So if I try to go from C to K to SA to C to B, let's see how much time does it take. C to K is 3, K to SA is 5, then again 5, then 3. Great. So it is taking me 16 minutes to reach from C to B. If I choose this path, right? And if the guy who is coming from T, if he chooses this path, it will take him 16 minutes. So guys, in exactly 16 minutes, both the guys will meet at B and answer will be 16. 16 minutes at B. So yes, we considered all the possible possibilities. We apply some logical reasoning to, neglect the cases. And then we came up with the final answer. Yes, hit and trial is the only method which can be used here. Other subjective approaches are going to be very lengthy. So yes, at times in questions of DILR, objective and hit and trial approaches work. That was the learning. It's given in the question that a person can't stop at a hostel, Shatakshi. Clear, guys? Is this question clear? We used hit and trial method to solve this set. So with this, guys, we complete the entire syllabus of logical reasoning. Now you can just do practice. You can solve the DPP. A lot of questions are shared to you in the DPP format as well. I've already shared the DPP form for today's class. Attempt it. You have any doubts, ask in the group. Also, please fill the feedback form, guys. We do not need to tell it every time. Shatakshi, you have not feel so like your responses on the feedback form is really low. You're monitoring it. Please fill all the feedback forms every session. So that's it. With this, we complete the LR session and good luck then. So if you have any doubts, we're also planning to organize doubt session. One for DILR, one for quant, and one for verbal, in which you can ask some generic doubts or maybe some questions if you have it to the instructor. But possibly the plan is to do it once we cover at least 90% of the syllabus. Okay. Chalo guys, that's it. Good night. We'll see you soon. So now DILR mein, I think I may not be taking any other session. Shyam sir will take your DI and some other faculty will take cubes. That's it. Chalo. Good night. Bye bye.